Good morning, Firsties. Happy Wednesday, April 8th, day 12 of remote learning already. It is your last day of school for the week. I hope, though, that you will take the next several days leading up to Easter and then the day after Easter to really be working on growing inside your soul and growing closer to Jesus. So with that, let's jump into your 6 tasks for today. Your first one is handwriting. You'll need your name nicely at the top, and then you're going to write these sentences. The Holy Triduum begins tomorrow evening. In the last days before Easter, may we remember the great love God has for us. So the Holy Triduum is 3 parts. It starts on Holy Thursday, where we celebrate Mass and the first Mass that Jesus had with his apostles, where he gave us the Eucharist. Then we have Good Friday, where we commemorate Jesus dying on the cross, and we should do the Stations of the Cross, and kiss the cross. And then on Holy Saturday, we have a vigil, which is the service late at night, and it's the most beautiful Mass. It goes through all the stories from Adam and Eve to Jesus dying and rising from the dead, and it's this beautiful look at salvation history. So those 3 days are the last 3 to get us ready for Easter. Okay, they're called the Holy Triduum. And like I said here, I hope that you remember in all of this just how much God loves us. All right, your second job, you'll need a piece of paper. We are working on adjectives. Now, the other day I had you do 8 nouns. Didn't matter. Today you're going to pick 1 animal. And I would say a dog or a cat because those are easy to draw, okay? And you are going to make 8 different dogs or cats with adjectives. So, for example, if I did a cat like this, okay, got my little whiskers here. Here's my cat, and I could say that this is a short cat. Okay, so you're not just writing the word cat, you're writing the adjective before it. So that's why I want you to pick a simple noun so we're not focused too much on that. We're really concentrating on adjectives. So here's a short cat. Maybe I would draw another one. And this time I will give my cat stripes and say that it's a striped cat. It's kind of like a little tiger. Okay, so there's my cat. And then I will say striped. Remember that pt sound is an ED. Okay, striped cat. So you need to do 8 of these. So short cat, striped cat, black cat, silly cat, fluffy cat, crazy cat, tiny cat, fat cat. Okay, 8 of them. That is your second job. Your third job is in your black book, and it is about Greece. Now, when Greece was finally done fighting with Persia, they were able to concentrate on building and building beautiful things. And they became really good at building things out of marble. And marble is a special, really beautiful white stone. And they would use it to build all kinds of things. And I'm going to show you a few of them, okay? So after that war, they were able to concentrate on these beautiful things. Let me get my screen here. Okay, so this first one should look familiar to you. Get that reflection out of there. This is the Parthenon, and if you remember, this is a temple they built in Athens to honor Athena. So it has these beautiful columns. Inside they had all these carvings that were beautiful. Okay, this is called an amphitheater. And the amphitheater had a stage. This is where they do plays or musical concerts. And then it had all these rising levels of seats where people could sit and listen. And they had figured out that the sound carried perfectly all the way out to here. So the shape of it kept the sound inside so that everybody could hear what was going on. And this, inside all these places, they would have these amazing statues, and they got so good at carving that they could make rock look like real material. Okay? So that's what we're going to put in our black books today. And we're going to use the adjective astounding to say that their architecture was astounding. The Greeks built astounding architecture for which they were famous. So you will need your line in your black book. Okay, here's my line. And then we're going to write our sentence. The Greeks built astounding, it's a fun word, architecture, another good word, for which they're famous. For which they're, to use an apostrophe, famous. All right, there's our sentence, okay? You can pause it if you need to copy it. And then we are going to go ahead and build, or draw rather, our architecture. So I'm gonna start with an amphitheater. And what I'm gonna start with is an upside down rainbow with a line across the top, okay? And then I'm not gonna draw it in perfect 3D, but I'm gonna try to do columns. Okay, so I'm starting with these two outer columns. And then I'm gonna do some inner columns. So maybe 5 in total. Do you see those? And then I'm going to connect a few of them with house-like shapes. So let's go like this. Okay, and across. Okay, so we've got our stage of our amphitheater. And then to make the seating, we're just gonna keep making upside down rainbows bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay, so do you see me starting there? And again, they built it in that shape because then people could all see and they could hear the sound. Okay, so there is my amphitheater with its seats. And then if you wish, you can also do the Parthenon. And the Parthenon, remember, is kind of like a pentagon at the front. Okay, and then the important part of this is all those decorated columns. Remember, they had different columns through different generations. Okay, there are my columns. And then to go ahead and do the sides, I'm gonna do 3 diagonal lines. You see that? Okay, and then I do a straight line in the back, and then a slanted line here that matches the roof. And then I can go ahead and put columns in on the side. All right, so there is your architecture. I would say today, don't focus too much on coloring because marble's white, and instead concentrate on doing really detailed, beautiful drawings. And I'm sure your parents could find you another picture, or you could go back and pause where I showed you the pictures so you can try to copy those, okay? So that is your 3rd job. Your 4th job is reading, and then your 5th and 6th jobs are math. So first, you have this, which is a mixed page of addition and subtraction. So you need to be really careful to look at the signs. Is it saying minus or is it saying plus? You don't need to carry. Remember, carry is where I get a big number. I'll show you one of each, except for the ones with the stars. So only these 3 require you to carry anything, okay? So if you want to color, you can. I'm going to do it just so you can see it more easily. I'll just do the first addition, okay? Color my 1s and my 10s. There we go. I will start always with the 1s. Addition and subtraction. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So 36 plus 42 is 78. Now let's find a subtraction one. Let's go way over here. Yeah, let's do this one because this one's a little different than normal. All right, so I've got my 10s and 1s. Let's start with our 1s. Now remember, this one says minus. So what is 8 minus 8? You should know that that's 0. And then what is 9 minus 4? And you should know that that's 5. So 98 minus 48 equals 50. Okay? Remember, you can do these ones with me and then you're on your own. Now let's do 1 with a star. And I'm going to go in the same row over here to 78 plus 18. Okay, 78 plus 18. And I will start with my 1s. Now I'm going to get out my whiteboard so you can see this. Okay, so if I have 78 plus 18, here's what we're doing. I know that 8 plus 8 is 16. So I'm going to write that down here just so we can see it. Now, think of the math name. The 1's house stays, so the 6 gets to stay. And, oh, I'm sorry, that is a terrible 6. It is too hard to write that way. My 6 stays, and then my 1 is in the 10's house, so he's going to fly to the 10's house, okay? So now I have 7 plus 1 plus 1, which is 7, 8, 9, and my answer is 96, okay? So one more time. if I add up 8 plus 8, I know that it's 16. And if I think of a 16, the 6 stays in the 1's house, and the 1 of the 16 flies. Do you see how I still have 16? Here's 16. The 6 gets to stay. The 1 goes up here, and then it's 7, 8, 9. And there's your answer. So you get to do this. This should be pretty quick, okay? And then you get to play your money game. Now, you should have 4 of these puzzles completed. What you're going to do today is cut them apart, and then you're going to mix them all up on your floor and try to match them back up. So if I start cutting, okay, I'm just going to cut this out so we do the best. You want to cut all of them out. I'm going to show you how to cut it. So if you look first, I go around the big black line, and I should have a square, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and cut on my black lines. So if you see I cut there, and I'm going to cut around this shape in the middle. So you should have what's like a miniature cross or a miniature plus sign in the middle. Everybody see that? Okay, so you want to cut all of those out. So what you should get is 5 pieces for every puzzle. The middle piece, and then the 4 pieces that go around it. So here's how you play the game. Let me finish this last cut. And you're going to have to make sure you're counting, okay? You want to mix all of them up really well so you actually get practice counting. You don't just memorize where they go. Remember, that doesn't help us with what we're learning. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You want to mix all of these up, not just this puzzle, all 4 of your puzzles. So cut them out, mix them up on the floor, and then the first thing I would say you do is grab all your metal pieces and lay those out nicely, kind of spaced out. Okay, so if I have my 56 and then my 77, my 94, okay? So I've got all those laid out, and then I pick up a piece and I count it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So I know this one belongs to my 56 puzzle, and you can see it's going to fit here. Can't fit here, because then it's sticking out. Okay, the pieces should always hug back to the puzzle. Does that make sense? So then if I found this piece, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, okay? Then I would know that one goes there. Again, it can't go here, it goes there. And so what you need to do is build all those puzzles. Now you can turn this into a game with yourself. So you could time yourself. You could have mom or dad turn on a timer. You could spread it all out, time how fast you can put all of them together, and then mix them all up again and play again and see if you can go faster. Or you could play with your siblings. So what you would do is mix it all up. You each pick a middle piece, okay? And then you play to see who can build their puzzle the fastest. So if I was playing against my brother, I had 56 and he had 77, I would be looking super fast for all those 56 pieces to see if I could build it faster than he could find his pieces. Okay, so a couple options there for how to play the game, or if you just want to play one time and that's all you got stamina for today, that's all right. Okay, so let's quick recap your 6 jobs. 1 is handwriting. 2 is your dogs with adjectives. 3 is your black book. 4 is reading. 5 is addition and subtraction. And 6 is your money game. All right, there you have it. I love you. God bless you. Happy Easter, firsties. See you next week.